Hey everyone, welcome back to Watch with Marcella, where today we've got something a little different for you. Today, we are going to talk about the top 10 Star Wars shows I want to see. Yep, that's right, Star Wars shows I want to see. So, we've got some time on our hands because the current climate of the world is that the writers and actors are on strike because the producers are supervillains. Yep, that's right, we are living in a real-life Marvel movie. What we're doing in the meantime around here on the channel we are doing some international things. We are doing some top 10 lists, and that is what we are here for today. These are the top 10 Star Wars shows that I want to see in the future. Let's start with number 10. This probably should have gone higher on my list, but it comes in at number 10 because that kind of is where my brain was at when I made this list. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, do all those things. You know, I tell you all the time. But in the comments, specifically this time, and in the Discord, I will create a specific little space for us to talk about these. And I want to know what you think and if you think these are good ideas. So let's get back to number 10. All right. Number 10, a pod racing circuit show. Yep, that's what I said. A pod racing circuit show. I want to follow an entire season of the Boonta Eve. I want to see these racers from start to finish, their trials, their tribulations. I want a Friday Night Lights style ending every week where we race, where we just cheer on these racers. You can have Sebulba if you want, messing stuff up, you know. This is what I want. That's what I want. All right, let's move on into number 9. I want Coruscant. That will be the title, Coruscant. And this will be a legal drama style show a la Law and Order. We basically got the backdoor pilot on that episode of The Mandalorian where Elia Kane, she destroyed our poor scientist. But that whole episode had a certain vibe to it that I enjoyed. Yes, I know. I'm hearing that it's very much like Andor, but I haven't got to Andor yet, so I don't know that vibe. But I just want specifically this time frame, this time period, a show about Coruscant. Because there's a lot we don't know, and there can be flashbacks to the past. I want it. All right. Number 8, Bounty Hunters. That's the title. Bounty Hunters. I want to see the life of just all the different bounty hunters. I know Mandalorian kind of started off that way, but that's not where we're at right now. We don't really do that anymore. And that's fine because what's going on over there? Love it. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Love that show. You know I do. But I want a show not about the heroes, but about the gray area of the galaxy with the bounty hunting, because it's not always bad. It can be good, and I want to see all of those stories. I want to see Boss. I want to see Greedo. I want to see just all the different bounty hunters that Greef Karga employs, and that's what I want. I want a bounty hunter show. All right, moving to number 7. This is where we're going to get a little controversial, okay? Because this is a show that is actually coming, but the show that I want is a little different. Or at least maybe it is. I don't know. All I know is that this show is coming and I didn't actually read what the show was about. So maybe we're vibing. I don't know. But number 7, Lando. Yep, I said it. Lando. But I know there is a Donald Glover Lando show coming where he is writing, acting, doing the whole thing. Cool, because you pretty much were the only thing I liked about the Solo movie. Although, I will be fair and say each time I watch Solo, it gets a little bit better. And, to be fair, the worst Star Wars is still better than 90% of everything else. So, it's got that going for it. But I want a show with Lando. With older Lando. With Billy D. Williams. We can have flashbacks to younger Lando. But I want to know the story of Lando now. I want to see Lando and Yara looking for her parents and looking for his daughter. Her name was Yara, right? Was that her name? Crap. I meant to look this up beforehand and I forgot. I meant to look this up beforehand and I forgot. Damn it. And then my mind went blank and I forgot the name of the movie. Rise of Skywalker. Yana. Not Yara. I was close. Yana. I just took a screenshot of my thing. So I want to see Lando and Yana looking for her family, finding out where she came from, trying to find his daughter, and that's the story I want. And we can have flashbacks to the past, to young Lando, and you can even bring Eldon, what's his name? Alden, you know who I mean. You can bring him in to be Han, and we can tell some stories from their past, and we can go along that path, but that's the Lando that I want. Cool? Cool. Number 6. I don't know how busy he is, doing Moon Knight, if there'll be a second season of Moon Knight. I'm currently watching that on the channel. Go check it out. But I kind of want a Poe Dameron show. Not necessarily a Poe Dameron origin story, just kind of Poe where he is now. That's, leading the New Republic, being a general, and forging a new path. I want to see it in show form. See, here's the thing with Star Wars. A lot of people don't like the Star Wars movies, but they do like the Star Wars shows. So, Disney, see, read the room. Read the room. We're loving the movies. We're loving the shows. Don't pull back on the shows. I'm not sure what kind of subplots we can have with the Poe Dameron show, but he's a general now, so he's got to build up the New Republic, and you can weave it in with all of the other storylines. I know, like Groot arm, and I just really like to do that. Anyway, I'm all over the place. It is literally 7:30 in the morning. Coffee, leave me alone. Number 5. Speaking of the New Republic, also due to that New Republic Coruscant episode that we had on The Mandalorian, I also want a show called The New Republic. But it's a comedy show, a la The Office. I want more of Tim Meadows in that office, just doing Tim Meadows stuff. It can be a documentary style, because I didn't really like The Office. I know. Don't come for me in the comments. The British one was funny. I have a lot of, I don't want to get sidetracked, but quickly, I love British comedies, and then when we try to make them for the US, I don't like it. I didn't like the IT Crowd. Thankfully it died. I don't like this new Ghosts on CBS. My mom loves it, but I'm not willing to give it a try because I love the British one so much. And then when they did The Office, I was like, why are we doing this? The British one is so funny. Why can't we just watch things from other countries and just like them? Why do we have to create our own? Just like this show. But millions and millions and millions of people love The Office, and it is a whole separate thing, and it wasn't really much a word for word redo like that horror show of the IT Crowd, but it was its own thing. So granted, I'll give you that. What was my point? Rambling. Jeez, got so far. Okay, New Republic, Tim Meadows, yes, Office, got it back. Let's wrap it back up. So, I want a kind of Office style show, Modern Family type show, where Tim Meadows is just being grumpy and the New Republic pushing papers, because that was hilarious. And I really like that. Next up, number 4. This one I was almost number 1, but because I wasn't sure how many people actually listened to this audiobook, I didn't know how familiar everyone would be. But Star Wars fans gobble up content like it's... Anyway, number 4 is I Want a Show, Galaxy's Edge. Yep. I want the trials and tribulations of one Vi Moradi, please. I love that book. It's such a good book. If you have not read it, go to Audible right now and get it. Just pause the video, go to Audible, download Galaxy's Edge, come back, hi, and yes, let's talk about how great that book is. Vi Moradi is one of the most interesting characters that Star Wars has put out in a long time, and I have not been lucky enough to actually see her walking around Galaxy's Edge, and we need tie-ins, we need movie, TV, theme park, tie-ins, synergy, bring it all together, and I want a show about Vi Moradi. I just do. That will make more people want to go to Galaxy's Edge and actually see the Black Spire outpost and say, bright suns, everyone. That's what I want. I want a Vi Moradi show. Do you want a Vi Moradi show? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, let's get into number 3. Okay. Number 3, we basically already have, if you just take Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, smosh them together, we pretty much have number 3, which is Tatooine. I want just a show about Tatooine, about Marshall Cobb, about Pelimoto, about the Hutts, about Boba, about pod racing. So basically I'm taking all of the shows, putting them in a nice little blender, chopping them up, and putting out a show called Tatooine. That's what I want. I want that too. You can have guests from my pod racing show. You can have guests from Boba Fett. You can have guests from Mandalorian. You can have guests from the trilogy of movies. You can pull Ahsoka in. Yes, this is the first time I've actually uttered the word Ahsoka in this video. Is that crazy? Yes, it is. That will not be the last time that I will mention Miss Ahsoka Tano. It's just, we've got her show coming. So I've got all the Ahsoka goodness to come. So I didn't really need to put her in anything. So let's get into number 2. And that is Maul. Ahsoka is my number 1 in Star Wars. Maul is probably my number 2. If you would like to see a top 10 list of my favorite Star Wars characters, let me know down below in the comment section, and maybe that will come soon. Let's get into what I want from Maul. Maul is a gritty sci-fi series about Maul and the Syndicate. I want to see Qi'ra. I want to see who's what's it? I want it to do I want it to be after? Yes. I want it to be after the time of Paul Bettany's character from Solo. I didn't like that character. So, he's gone. We're going to pick it up right after Qi'ra, called Maul. And I want to know what's going on with the Syndicate. So this is basically going to take place in between the time that Qi'ra called Maul and when Ahsoka defeats Maul. That's the time period of his life that I want to know about. It'll intersect with some other things. They all do. It's all like one big puzzle. And now, that will lead me to number 1, the show that I'm sure everyone wants. It has to be coming at some point. I just don't know when. And that is Luke's Jedi Academy. We all need to know the final piece of the puzzle. We've seen the beginnings, the robots laying the rocks for the Academy in Mandalorian, or was that Boba Fett? I think that was actually Boba Fett. It was the Mandalorian episode of Boba Fett, I believe. So we've seen the beginning, and we know that Ahsoka was there. So she can be in a couple episodes. See how we pull all these pieces in? And then we know the end. We know the end of the Academy, that Kylo and the rest of the Knights of Ren destroyed Luke's Jedi Academy. So we've got our bookends. I want to know the juicy middle. That's the part I want. So those are the top 10 Star Wars shows that I want to see. Let me know the shows that you want to see down below in the comment section. And if you want to fight or commend any of my 10 selections, leave them down below in the comment section. While you're down there, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share. You know the drill. But also come over to the Discord. Let's talk about these 10 ideas. Till next time, I will see you later. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.